All right, People versus Anthony Capel, 227189 FY. Mr. Capel appears in person this morning along with counsel Nancy Schaub. Good morning. The prosecution does not appear this morning of their own choosing. In regard to the matter then, did you have a chance to go over the resentencing recommendations with Mr. Capel?
I did, Your Honor. There's nothing of a factual nature that we need to address in there. I did talk to Mr. Capel about his payments. He's indicated that he was planning on paying with his taxes. I think he has some financial difficulties due to being in and out of work. So I think he's trying to catch up on some back bills and putting the court on the back burner, so to speak. Advised him that's not a good idea. Even paying $5 a week would make an impression on the court. So I think he'll try and do better going forward. With regard to the drug screen today, he advises me that he will not pass the drug screen. And
in what respect are we not going to pass?
Said he was going to be positive for marijuana and meth.
The video opens with the host introducing a courtroom appearance before Judge Laus. The case is identified as People versus Anthony Capel. Mr. Capel appears in person with his attorney, Nancy. The prosecution is not present at the hearing. Defense counsel confirms that she reviewed the resentencing recommendations with Mr. Capel and states there are no factual corrections to address. The discussion begins with concerns about unpaid probation costs and compliance issues.
Capel, start looking at why you can't make any probation cost payments. You're spending it all on meth. Anyway, go ahead, Ms. Schaub. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Your Honor, he was honest with me that he would not pass. I discussed with him where he got it, and he apparently said it was a gift.
During the hearing, defense counsel informs the court that Mr. Capel disclosed he would not pass a drug screen. She states he expects to test positive for marijuana and methamphetamine. The judge asks for clarification regarding the substances. Counsel explains that Mr. Capel admitted recent use and indicated the methamphetamine was given to him. The court acknowledges the admission as part of the probation violation considerations.
But obviously, given his circumstances, that was not a wise choice. But he does have a full-time job. If he goes to jail for 15 days, I don't know if that job will be available when he gets out of jail. So I don't know what the court wants to do with Mr. Capel. I don't know how. I had notes prior to his pleading to this that he had been testing clean and doing what he was supposed to do, but apparently he's gotten a little bit off track. I'm hoping the court will give him one more break and not put him in jail today.
Thank you. Mr. Capel, anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I work at hometown right now. We're reduced to winter hours.
What?
We're reduced hours right now because it's the slow season. So I'm only getting like 32-ish a week. So it's like $500 a paycheck, roughly, give or take, after taxes. But I should have enough today for, if not half, majority of the court costs that I owe. Because of 4 seasons, I clocked enough hours, I think. I'm just waiting on the W-2 SE. I worked there for 2 days.
Mr. Capel addresses the court regarding his employment status. He explains that he works reduced winter hours, averaging approximately 32 hours per week, earning roughly $500 per paycheck after taxes. He mentions waiting for a W-2 form from prior employment and indicates that seasonal slowdowns have impacted his income. He states that he intends to make payments toward his court costs and expects his hours to increase in the coming months.
Well, Mr. Capel, anything else you'd like to add?
May should go back to regular hours, so I'll have a lot better time.
How long have you been there?
since July.
And what are you working now then?
What's a rotating schedule? So it's 8 to 4 with Wednesday off. And then the Saturday off for my work camp. And then it's 9 to 4 or 9 to 5 with Wednesday off. And then I work that Saturday 8 to 1. That's if I don't get sent home early. Because we have a high school kid that comes in about 3:30. Usually I can get a couple hours for the end of the day there.
Well, I have some serious concerns here. This was an underlying felony, Mr. Capel. He had 2 charges of assault with a dangerous weapon, felonious assault, felony firearm, reckless use of a firearm. And it was a very troubling underlying situation. In a dating relationship, argument the day before, pushed her on several occasions. Victim and another victim were present in the apartment. You became upset, retrieved a revolver from your bedroom, brandished the revolver, and demanded everyone leave the apartment. That was pled down by the prosecutor's office. You ended up pleading on a domestic violence, an assault and battery, and a reckless use of a firearm, all in misdemeanor court. That you were placed on probation for in January of 2023. Your bond condition, sir, where you were not supposed to be using marijuana or other types of controlled substances that weren't prescribed to you way back in November of 2022. That was put into place. That continued when you were sentenced in January of 2022.
Judge Laus reviews the background of the original case. The underlying charges included felony assault with a dangerous weapon, felony firearm, and reckless use of a firearm stemming from a domestic dispute. According to the court's summary, Mr. Capel retrieved a revolver during an argument and demanded individuals leave the apartment. The case was later reduced to misdemeanor offenses, and Mr. Capel was placed on probation in January 2023 with conditions including abstaining from controlled substances.
What you're being sentenced for today was on September 20th, you had a positive for methamphetamine. Here we are in January of 2024, and your lawyer is telling me you're still going to be positive. I lowered your payment to $100 a month starting back then in October, and you still haven't made any payments because from what it seems like to me, the money's going out the door. Maybe you've got less hours, but you have not. How do you justify purchasing methamphetamine? You can't. And maybe it was a gift, maybe it wasn't, but now we got September and January on top of everything else going on here. It sounds to me from the behavior that was demonstrated at the underlying charge, you had probably some meth going on that day and an inability to control your anger due to the ingestion of meth. It does not do good things to people. You're lucky you didn't kill somebody that day. This is absolutely ridiculous. Now you come in here telling me, I can't go to jail, Judge, because, I'm going to lose my job and I value my job. If you valued your job, you wouldn't have been doing meth. You know you're being watched. I mean, how bad of a problem do you have when you know you're being watched? You're coming in to get sentenced for violating your probation for using meth, and you come in here dirty for meth. That's not my problem. That's your problem. That's a big problem. That's what you're telling me. Red flags going up all over. Problem. Can't even control my behavior enough when I know I'm going to go to court and get sentenced. So I am sorry, Mr. Capel. Sometimes we are our own worst enemies, aren't we? I don't know what to tell you here, but this is absolutely ridiculous.
Give me 3 weeks, I can guarantee.
She's not worried about the payment. She's worried about you doing
I
drugs.
can guarantee clean UA, and then I'll guarantee everyone after that to be clean.
Judge references prior probation violations, including a positive methamphetamine test in September 2023. Despite adjustments to payment terms and continued probation supervision, no payments were made toward outstanding balances. The court notes that Mr. Capel was aware of the conditions prohibiting drug use and that continued positive tests raise concerns about compliance and behavior while under court supervision.
I'm going to continue your probation. If you can't establish clean testing, get used to the bunk rack over there because that's where you'll be back. Your outstanding balance is $795. I will allow that continued payment to commence 30 days after his release from jail. Recommence.
That was $17.95, Your Honor.
What did I say?
7.
$17.95. I'm not going to assess another attorney fee. We'll take that off of there.
Can I get a report date?
I'm going to order 15 days in jail, 0 day in your 15 days.
And
Can't get a
then
check-in date, so.
No, it's right now.
when you
Right now.
get out of jail, you check in with your probation officer as soon as possible.
Right now, Mr. Capel, you made this bed yourself. Think about it. You got 15 nights to
Something
think
for you to
about it.
sign, and then he'll take you down to probation.
Yes, he's going to jail either for 5 days or 15, depending on him. So if you test clean, you'll be out in time to go to work on Monday. That key is in your hands. I can't do anything about it. In regard to the matter, that's that. Did you understand your appeal rights then, Mr. Capel?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
After hearing arguments, Judge Laus orders 15 days in jail with 0 days credit. The court states that 10 days will be held in abeyance if Mr. Capel passes a drug screen at booking. If he does not pass, he will serve the full 15 days immediately. The judge allows probation to continue following release, with payments resuming 30 days afterward. Mr. Capel is instructed to report to his probation officer upon release and is advised of his appeal rights before being taken into custody.